Hey, good evening. Dan Fitzpatrick here, stockmarketmentor.com, and I just want to take a quick look at Chipotle here. It's not going to be a long video. The market's still heavy. I might as well look at that since I mentioned it. We'll just look real quick at the S&P. It's still printing lower highs and lower lows. Look at the 8-day exponential moving average. It's resistance. It's now the ceiling as opposed to the floor the way it was on the way up. So there's still a market under distribution here, but not all stocks go down when the market does. Chipotle's one that it's at least holding. I'd kind of put it in the same camp as Nvidia. Nvidia is a little further along where you see it's holding here at 480. I would say if the stock falls below, we'll call it 466, then I definitely wouldn't, I wouldn't want to be long this stock. So that's about 7% is, the room that you're giving this kind of trade. So you're getting a twofer here. And then on Chipotle, this was a pretty big, pretty big decline. Undercut the 50, about 15% of a pullback. And a lot of times you'll see that that's kind of where these stocks will halt at about 15%. But now it's holding, it's back above the 50-day moving average. Still has some overhead resistance because of how this traded yesterday. Everybody that bought there is a loser. And so there's going to be some supply that any bulls are going to have to soak up before the stock can really move higher. But that kind of leads me to where your trade could be. If you like Chipotle and you think this is a good opportunity, then you snag this thing now and you put your stop just a little bit below today's intraday low of 12.15.52. So you give it a pretty tight stop. Frankly, I wish we could put it even lower because we're able to get it, right at the 50-day moving average, but that's a woulda, coulda, shoulda trade. So instead, we take what we can get, define our risk that way. So anyway, that is one way that you can trade this. Just on a general note, though, the market is really hard right now. There's nothing we can do about that. The only thing you can do in reaction to that is trade smaller, be more reluctant to trade. Sometimes trading not at all is the best trade. Remember that cash is a position. If you're 100% in cash, don't sit there and say, well, I'm not even trading. Of course you are. Of course you're trading. You have a massive position, and on down days or when the market's in a downtrend, you're outperforming the S&P. So just don't ever forget that, okay? All right, that's it. Again, Dan Fitzpatrick, stockmarketmentor.com. If you want to focus on learning how to trade better, try a free trial for my website. If you just want to go bang stocks around and just have fun and spin the wheel and roll the dice and all that, I'm not your guy. Don't even bother, okay? So anyway, but if you want to learn how to trade better, I think I and the rest of my team can help you out.